back to Talk to Me, your go-to spot for the hottest tea served fresh right here on UWW-TV. I'm Tess Nagulski, joined by my co-host Kayla C. We're here to break down the most talked about moments in entertainment this week.
You guys know we keep it real and unfiltered. From viral moments to celebrity drama, we've got it all right here. So let's get into it.
All right, this year's Oscars red carpet had everyone talking. Some say it was the most stylish in years, while others think there were a few questionable choices. With Selena Gomez's Ralph Lauren dress having 16,000 glass droplets, Lupita Nyong'o's gown with pearl straps and 22,000 embroidered elements, and Ariana Grande's Schiaparelli gown with 190,000 crystal embellishments. Kayla, who do you think was best dressed? Who totally flopped?
Yeah, so some standouts for me was Cynthia Erivo's black gown. It had really great neckline detailing and sleeves. She just looked gorgeous. Now that's how you bring it.
Yeah.
Mikey Madison, the winner of the Best Actress Award for this year, she wore a Dior pink and black gown that was like split right here at the bust, and it was just gorgeous. She looked great. And then as for men, I really liked Andrew Garfield's brown suit with this silk brown button down underneath. He did an all monotone look. He looked great. That's how you dress for men's fashion events like that. What did you think?
I love the brown on brown on him, but I thought Timothée Chalamet really stood out with his bright yellow suit. Most men, they do the regular black tie, black suit, he really stood out,
He did stand out. I don't think it was in a good way, but I just think that yellow is a really tough color for anybody to pull off.
I really liked Ariana Grande's pink dress, It reminded me a lot of a jellyfish. It was pretty. It was like this silky pink on top, some little waves, and underneath was like this sparkly pink skirt.
Right.
Very cute,
It
very pretty.
reminded me of the bubble that she is in Wicked.
Yeah. All right.
Ariana Grande wasn't just dazzling on the red carpet, she was also at the center of another of the night's biggest debates. Wicked was nominated for 5 Oscars: Best Original Score, Best Visual Effects, Best Editing, Best Sound, and Best Makeup and Hairstyling, but only walked away with 2 wins for Best Costume Design and Best Production Design. Fans are calling it a snub after Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande gave a standout performance. Do we agree?
I loved their performance personally. Them starting off with Over the Rainbow was such a classic way. It was very old Hollywood with Ariana Grande in that role.
Oh yeah.
And then Cynthia Erivo coming out and singing The Wiz.
They sounded fantastic. It was really a great performance. But this is the Oscars. This isn't the Grammys. I mean, their performance, their singing voices being fantastic isn't going to win them an Oscar, okay? Now, do I think that they deserved more? Yes. I do think that they maybe should have taken home supporting actress. Wicked was just this fabulous set. It was a beautifully crafted movie. It looks great. What do you think?
I loved the movie Wicked when I saw it. I've been singing the songs since I saw it months ago. And it was just beautiful. The acting was good. The singing was amazing, of course.
Yeah, very talented.
All right, and speaking of standout Oscar moments, let's talk about Adam Sandler. He showed up in classic Sandler fashion, gym shorts and a sweatshirt, while everyone else was decked out in designer suits. The internet had a field day, but Sandler clapped back, saying, "I like the way I look because I'm a good person. Does my snazzy gym shorts and fluffy sweatshirt offend you so much that you had to mock me in front of all my peers?" Some say it was all good fun, while others think it was unfair. Kayla, what do you think?
So I think that definitely was played off as a joke. I think that Conan O'Brien was messing with him, and I thought it was funny. But do I think that there should be this sort of respect to the adventurer? I mean, this is these people's jobs. You know what I mean? Like the same way that a doctor would not show up in basketball shorts and whatever to a big surgery, I don't think that necessarily these higher, actors, actresses and stuff who, are really respected in this craft should show up and disrespect these award shows. Now, Adam Sandler I don't think was nominated for any awards. He's just a guest, whatever. But obviously, if a Oscar-nominated, actor or actress for that year shows up and they don't respect the space at all, I do think that that's a problem. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think Adam Sandler is known for his style, his basketball shorts, his sweats.
His lack of style.
His lack of style, we could say.
Right.
And this guy, he started off on SNL. So my thought was it was just some big bit,
Oh, yeah. For sure.
It was a big bit
and he
for
went
him
up
with
to
his comedy.
Timothy Chalamet and
did.
mispronounced his name as a callback to the last award shows there were. But yeah, I definitely think it was a joke.
That's a cool fact. I actually
Oh yeah.
knew that.
So that's how I think that this was a joke, because I don't think he would have said it if it wasn't.
Yeah, and he mentioned something about playing basketball, and there was those photos going around a while ago where Timothy Chalamet played with him, so maybe that had something to do with him calling him out.
We've got more coming up, including a look at the Oscar in Memoriam segment and the major name that was left out. Fans were not happy about this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Have you heard of UROC?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like UROC because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose UROC.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
Welcome to the Whitewater Forensics team, where we ignite voices and foster connections. With 3 to 4 hours of practice weekly, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. From energizing warm-ups to passionate storytelling, we build confidence and creativity. Join our close-knit team, conquer public speaking fears, and advocate for your story. With over 100 awards annually, become part of a community where every voice matters.
You can see it. His potential, that is. You see it even when he may not. You see that the things that spark his interest today will in time ignite the things he pursues tomorrow. And ultimately, help him reach new heights. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Welcome back to Talk to Me. Let's keep this party going with the next big moment you need to know about.
The Oscars in Memoriam segment sparked major backlash after fans noticed a shocking exclusion. Michelle Trachtenberg. Despite starring in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gossip Girl, Harriet the Spy, 17 Again, and multiple other hit films and shows, she wasn't mentioned. Yet names like Gene Hackman, James Earl Jones, and Maggie Smith were. It raises the question, how famous do you have to be to matter at these award shows? With so many fans mourning her loss, was this just an oversight, or does Hollywood pick and choose who gets remembered? Let's talk about it.
I loved her work in Gossip Girl. I'm a big fan of that show. But I feel like she died so recently.
Yeah.
You know, she technically died in 2025. And I'm pretty sure it was a 2024 memoriam. So it could have been hard to squeeze her in at the last moment, but I do understand everyone is mourning her. It's a big loss.
I definitely considered that it might have just been maybe too late to add her to the list. I mean, this was in the last week that she passed. So sadly, it just might have been too late, or like you said, it's 2025. This was a 2024 list of actors and actresses that had passed. But I do think that it is still, it still is important to question, who do they consider important in this space? Who deserves to have a legacy. You know, how do they weigh each other? Yeah, she had done a lot of good work, both shows and movies. So I definitely do think that she should be mentioned, and I hope that they mention her next year, for sure. But yeah, what do you think?
I think a few names I will say were mentioned that were destined 2025, like Gene Hackman. He was technically, he was found dead in 2025.
So that raises question too then.
Yes, that adds to the controversy,
Yeah.
if she was famous enough. And I feel like as a child, she was super famous.
Right.
She had those lead roles.
Yeah.
But in shows like Gossip Girl and 17 Again, she wasn't that main star.
Right.
Hopefully that didn't contribute too badly.
I mean,
people still love her.
Yeah.
After years of delivering iconic performances, Zoe Saldana was finally nominated and won her first Oscar, and her acceptance speech was everything. As the first American actor of Dominican descent to take home the award, she made it clear. I may be the first, but I won't be the last. She dedicated her win to her immigrant grandmother in a powerful moment that felt bigger than just an award. With everything happening around immigration in this country, her speech was courageous, brave, and honorable. But let's break down what this moment really means for the future of representation in Hollywood.
So it's kind of a question of like, so, you know, what's good representation and what's bad? This movie was made, you know, by French people in France. So although I think that she's a great actress, and she kind of carried the movie, knowing that this movie took home so many awards in the Golden Globes too, I don't know if the movie as a whole deserves it, and you could argue that she does as an individual. What do you think?
I didn't hear much about this movie, to be honest, except for the fact that people weren't necessarily happy with it. I have not heard a lot of good talk, I will say.
Yeah.
And I heard that there was singing involved.
Oh yeah, it's a musical.
So
yeah.
I hope that sounded all right, but
yeah, well,
I've heard otherwise sometimes.
And that's a wrap for this edition of Talk to Me. We'll be back next week with even more drama, debates, and of course, hot tea. With Tess Nagolski, I'm Kayla C. Stay tuned. See you here next week for more on UWW